Hello. So I thought this video could be about, I couldn't figure it out. And today I realized that, oh, the phones are cell phones, right? So we could say, this is phone. Everybody uses it. Call me, I'll call you. You can also, for a cell phone, you can hold it like this, just your C handshake, because that's how you hold it and talk, blah, blah, blah. So I think um, if people do this, or this, it's going to be correct. Now, when they cell phones first came out, it was definitely the C handshake because you talked with it like this. But everybody has always done this for phone, right? So I think either way, and this is specifically for a cell phone because people still have, like offices still have a landline, right? But most people in their homes do not. So, and I heard that you should turn it off, and I'm spelling it OFF. See, this is on and off. You could do that, but I spell it so you can turn it on, you can turn it off, you can turn it off, you can turn it on, you can turn it off. But you'd have to have on before you turn off, right? Because if it looks strange because it's like, are you doing something higher or more than or something like that? So I would do off. Just spell it. Or you could, but if you're turning on or turning off something, because this is, the switch, like for a stove or the radio, which we don't really have that, turn on and turn off. But this sign is still used, like, for different things to turn on and turn off. So you can use that as well. So, but it was talking about turning off your cell phone and how frequently. So we're going to do frequently, like often, frequently. What is how frequently? What is the frequency that go to the doctor? It's every 3 months, or how frequently, or you need to, um, you know, soak your feet. How frequently? 3 times every day, or whatever. So that's frequency, or not a frequency like an electrical frequency, which would be this, but this is frequency of time. How often do you do something? So how often would I turn off my cell phone? Well, I heard that every night because, your internet signal and which tower, and the longer you have your phone on, then it weakens, right? That signal weakens. I mean, that's what I heard. I don't know. And maybe it was when it first started. Now, I don't know if it still is now. But now and some people just leave it on, like if there's an emergency, people can call or whatever. But I still turn mine off just because then when I turn it on again, then the strength, I still do strong for strength, the signal strength is better. You could also do the power, the signal power is stronger. You could do it that way as well. And I noticed that I have a full battery and it's strong, and it's not weakening because it's on, so it's just on, and then they said the signal weakens, and I heard that, but maybe it's not true anymore. But they still say that you need to turn off your phone once a week. But I thought, once a week? I do that every night. But they're saying that's for security reasons, to avoid being hacked. So I would think if you turned it off more frequently, then you wouldn't be, it would be safer to be from hacked. And I never even thought about that. So it was really good to read this little short article about that, because it says that it says that because our cell phone is a tiny PC, which we know that it's a computer, and so they need regular maintenance. This is to fix, but if you're going to maintain it, you're going to fix it, or you're going to do whatever, I would still maintain it to fix it, because to maintain or to continue would not work in this situation, because it stays, if you're keeping it in tip-top shape, I would do fix. because it updates, right? Sometimes your phone says, oh, you need to update, and you have to turn it off, right? And then it takes a long time, and you're trying to send a message and you can't, or you're, you wanting to text or call someone and you can't because you're having to wait for the updates. It's adding. It's taking something somewhere and it's bringing it up here to add updates. And so it says that it just said that just turning it off, and that's it, is going to protect your phone. Now, I heard from someone that says they never update their phone, never. I go, really? Why? And they said because they didn't want, because sometimes when you update, then like for security reasons, like at your work, like if you use your cell phone for work, which before I did, because sometimes it would update and they go, well, why is it not allowing me to get in now? And they said, well, it's your phone. I go, but it was working before. I would call IT, and anyway, they go, well, you updated it. I don't know. I don't know because I'm not technically savvy. I like that word, but it's skilled. This is the sign for skilled. So what does savvy mean? It's like you know about it. You could say, I'm all knowledgeable, all powerful knowledge. I just say skill. So, I mean, whichever one you say, I'm not technically, I'm not a genius at technology. Same concept. It's kind of fun when you have those words. But they said that it's common to get access to the smartphones through these links that are malicious. Malicious? You write their hand that you write with, malicious. Or they're called zero click. Zero click. Anyway, exploits, to take advantage of, to exploit. They said that it will bypass all of the smartphone's security features, F-handshake. And step by step, starting with a missed call, and then when you first install a file, and then slowly, gradually allowing access into the system so the hackers can get all of your information. And so normally it's not noticed, and you can prevent it by reboot your system. Reboot. So I don't want to do this, right? When we spell reboot, I want to just slide it slightly. And it looks like you're only doing one O, reboot, because you're just sliding it, because it's a double O, to reboot it, to start it again, or to install again. Reboot. That's what that means, right? And so you have to know what you're talking about. I've had people, like I said before, get frustrated with me because they're saying, well, so in other words, sign language is just a vocabulary lesson. No, it's concept, but you have to know what you're talking about. That word that you normally use and you kind of know what it means, what does it really mean? That's why you can't figure out how to sign it, because you don't know what you're talking about. So when I say reboot, that means you're going to start it again, or are you going to set it up again? That's what that means. So you really need to know what you're talking about. And if you don't know, yeah, spell it. But if you are discussing it with a deaf person, they're going to say, what's that reboot? And they'll only, because they're like, what does that mean? I don't know what that means. And you're going, what does that mean? So, when you say reboot, let's start it again. So it's not like you're explaining. I've had people say, oh, you're just explaining. You can't do. It's called expansion. It's called ASL expansion. Because that means that you are conceptually putting it out there in the air to know what is being talked about, what is discussed, what's the topic. So anyway, make sure you turn off your cell phone, your smartphone, doesn't matter which one you want to use. You could do phone. You don't have to change it. It's a little bit harder to remember, but when people say, oh, is that your office number or is that your cell? So if I'm going to specifically say a cell phone, I'm going to do this. If it's phone in general, I don't know if you got a cell phone or not. Most people do, but not everyone. So, anyway, they should turn it off, once a week. But I do it every night just because it's a habit, and I thought that helps with the signal strength. Maybe it does, maybe it doesn't. I don't know. Still, but they said that you can check on your settings, that you can check and find out the status. So what does that mean? The settings, the settings on your phone, and it tells you like what's up with that, what's up, what's going on with that, the status, right? What's going on? So I love to sign instead of spelling it. And sometimes we don't know what that means, or the deaf person doesn't know. It's not that they're stupid, it's because they're unaware, they've not been told. So anyway, it says device, so that means the phone, device, that's the equipment, the thing. And then it says status, what's up. But if you're deaf, you're going to have to be able to read those words, so it is kind of good to spell it. And then it's going to show the time that it's been on and how many hours. So if it's been, more than, what is it, a week, 40 hours, if it's more than that, then you need to kind of turn it off. But like I said, I do it every night, hoping there's no emergency that comes up, but because you always hear all these notifications anyway, and if I turn the notifications off so it won't wake me up, then I'm not going to hear the phone ring. So anyway, that's why I do that. Anyway, so I hope that you practice this, with your hearing and your deaf friends, and see what it looks like, and see if you can read it, and see if they can read you. So have a good day, and I will see you later. Bye.